My name is Beth Sparks. I am incredibly passionate about successors. I mentioned was a successor in a business and I had very little knowledge about what my role was going to be. My name is Beth Sparks and I am a lawyer by schooling, but have spent most of my career in a business setting. I did a lot of work in human resources as a young professional, and then moved into a company where I was training and teaching and selling products for a number of years. Once life changed for me and I got busy being a mom and being a wife of a public figure that required me to attend a lot of events with him and spend a great deal of time away from home, I was able to step out of the corporate world and started my own business doing some more consulting work. I mainly have done consulting work in the oil and gas field and ultimately ended up being a successor of a family oil and gas business as well as a family charitable foundation. The reason I became a guide with the transition strategists is that I am incredibly passionate about successors, understanding the role that they might be taking over in a family business or a business that they're going to be leading as the CEO steps out of the business. I, as I mentioned, was a successor in a business and unfortunately had very little knowledge about what my role was going to be. I was in a situation where my father was running a family oil and gas business, fourth generation. It was always assumed that somebody in the family would take over the reins of that business. And my dad had told me, you would be really good at this, and I think you're the right person to do this. But I didn't know when that was going to take place, and I really didn't know what the details of taking over this business really meant. Unfortunately, my father died at the young age of 68 suddenly, and the way my succession went is I got to go to his office and start opening mail and looking through files and figuring out what to do next. So that's the story that really made my eyes open when I learned about the transition strategists, because they spoke my language. I was super passionate about everybody should have a plan. There should be communication in families about what's next. Even at a young age, I was in my late 30s when I inherited this business. And I think it was just something we hadn't thought it was time to talk about yet. I was busy, I had my own business, like I said, and I was a busy mom, was supporting a very busy husband, and it just hadn't hit the radar yet. It didn't seem that it was the time, but the universe presented it in a different matter and it became the time. So I'm super passionate about families and successors communicating, successors having a voice in how much participation they want, how to communicate their role with their siblings or other cousins or family members that might not be part of the business, and opening that dialogue super early in the process.